Okay, a super fast top line comparison between keto and your GLP-1 drugs, because there's so much from the media side of things explaining why these GLP-1 drugs can be beneficial for your health. I'm going to argue that if you go on a really good keto diet, very clean one, no messing, you'll get not just those benefits, but way more aside, way more. So your GLP-1 drugs, as we know, help by suppressing the appetite. It impacts the insulin, impacts the pancreas production of the insulin, so appetite decreases. And there's all sorts of benefits. They're the same benefits that happen through fasting and all the research on fasting, from what I can tell. So it can help rejuvenate cells, it can have an anti-aging impact, it can ultimately, because you're stabilizing blood sugar levels, and it helps obviously deal with the type 2 diabetes, it can have a knock-on impact on health in helping with everything that those issues can cause. And that goes without saying, and as always goes without saying, and I will say in all my videos, if you need the medication, if it's medically recommended, then so be it, and I mean that genuinely. However, if you're just doing it for shape, let's rewind a little bit. Keto also stabilizes blood sugar levels. It also is hugely impactful in a very beneficial way for those with type 2 diabetes. It also reduces fat. In particular, though, it really targets belly fat because of its impact on insulin. Now, GLP-1 drugs, they'll do that too because they're helping bring down the insulin. The GLP-1 drugs, because you're reducing calorie intake dramatically, will cause a weight loss that a substantial amount of which will be muscle and lean body mass. A keto done smartly will have a far lesser impact in terms of negative impact on your muscle and lean body mass, because you're eating, you're actually fueling your body. So you'll maintain your strength and your muscle integrity. Mood. I'm sure you've heard this. One of the side effects that have often been quoted of GLP-1 drugs is an impact on mood, to the point of suicidal thoughts. Now, that is not good on any level, quite frankly. Keto diets have been shown to have a positive impact because of the way the ketones help nourish and, quite frankly, fuel the body and the brain, have been found to have a positive impact on mood. People can actually get a keto high from it. The exact opposite to your drugs, exact opposite. Energy. Effectively on a GLP-1 drug, energy levels can drop because all you're doing is reducing calories. Calories are, by their definition, a unit of energy. So if you're going very low calorie, your body can't find necessarily the energy to fuel itself. Keto, you're not reducing calories. You're training your body into burning fat and fatty acids as its primary fuel source, so energy goes up. My clients' energy levels on a keto diet are higher as the fat is burning, not lower. Both options curb appetite. On a keto diet, appetite drops, and you'll find, I'll use the expression "don't eat when hungry." That becomes very obvious. Most clients can reduce down to 2 meals a day, some even 1 meal a day. I'm not encouraging it, it's what you feel to do. And equally on the GLP-1 drug, the appetite drops. So both do that. On the more severely negative side of the GLP-1 drugs is obviously the impact they can have on pancreas, which is not great, gallbladder, thyroid. And again, I'm not going to go into the details of that, but suffice to say, there is research and evidence to show it is not good. Keto does not do that. It does not do that. There are no major side effects. Obviously, if someone has health or medical issues to begin with, you need to be careful going on to any new plan, and that includes medication. But there's no research at all to show keto diet will have do any damage to any organ. A lot of people argue it's how our bodies evolved, and it's a more natural state for our body to be in. So to bring it back to the top line, both will reduce fat. Both will suppress appetite. One will cause a loss of all body mass. The other, the keto, will cause a loss of some lean body mass. All diets have a tendency to do that. Okay, you can get some where you tweak them really well to prevent it, but the majority diets will. But it will be a lot less, because why? You're eating, and you're eating properly. You're fueling your body. You're not depleting it and depriving it. Energy levels on a keto will go up. many people report low energy on the GLP-1 drugs. And tracking forward for sustainability, which is probably the most important part of this, research is showing that the weight goes back on after the GLP-1 drugs, and it's a very expensive way, I would think, both physically and financially, to continue. On keto plans, moving on to sensible, low GI, low glycemic way of eating after the plan keeps it off. No expense. You're buying food anyway. So, very top line, very simple, very short.